On the edge of the frozen Arctic Ocean, time stands still. Here, a creature from the last ice age still claims its kingdom. 400 kilograms of blubber, bone, and tusks longer than a man's arm. This is not just a walrus, it's a bull patriarch, a living fossil. And on the ice floe beside it, watching, is a hunter from an age before guns. To kill a giant, you need a giant's weapon. A rifle can wound, a harpoon holds. Folk's tool is an extension of his will, a 5-meter shaft of hardened birch, tipped with a leaf-shaped steel head designed to anchor deep in blubber and bone. His rope is his lifeline, both to the beast and to survival. If this fails, he joins the walrus in the black water below. The hunt happens on a stage of shifting, groaning chaos. The pack ice is a puzzle where every piece can tip, crack, or plunge you into water so cold it stops your heart in seconds. Volk doesn't walk. He tests, every step a commitment. The walrus knows this game. It can vanish through a hole in an instant. This hunt is not for ivory. It's for life itself. The blubber of one such bull is a vault of calories. Rendered, it becomes light, heat, and cooking fuel for a coastal village for months. The meat feeds families. The hide makes ropes and boat covers. In a place where trees don't grow, the walrus is the forest, the oil well, and the supermarket, all in one lethal package. Volk hunts with a debt on his shoulders. Last winter, a thinner hunt meant a lean spring. A child in the village grew sick from lack of nourishing fat. The elder told him, "The sea gives, but only to those brave enough to take from the biggest." Bring us the bull. This hunt is redemption. The look in the elder's eyes is not a request, but a command for survival. Now, the final approach. Using the noise of the grinding ice as cover, Volk closes the last 100 meters. The wind must be in his face, his scent must not reach it. One wrong crunch of snow, one glint of light on metal, and the bull will roll into its watery sanctuary, lost. It is a stalk measured in heartbeats. It is a stalk measured in heartbeats. There is no hesitation. Years of muscle memory converge in one fluid motion. Volk rises, the harpoon a blur of wood and steel against the gray sky. It flies not as a weapon, but as a promise of a brutal connection. It strikes with a sickening wet thud, burying deep behind the bull's massive front flipper, seeking the heart and lungs. The walrus's body jolts, not from pain, but from profound shock. The Ice Age awakens. The bull's roar is not of pain, but of apocalyptic rage. It rears, its tonnage slamming down, cracking the ice floe beneath it. Volk is already moving, scrambling to secure the rope around a massive grounded ice hummock, his anchor. The harpoon line whips taut, singing with tension. The fight is no longer about stealth, it's about physics. Can the ice hold the beast? The walrus makes its move. With a final powerful heave, it drags the entire ice hummock and Volk towards the open lead. Then it rolls off the edge into the black, freezing water. The rope screams as it runs out. Volk is pulled to the very brink, the icy water soaking him. This was the plan. Tether it to the ice, let it drown its own strength. But if the line snaps or the anchor fails, he has just sent a fortune in food to the bottom of the sea. But if the line snaps or the anchor fails, he has just sent a fortune in food to the bottom of the sea. The surface tells the story, the water churns. Crimson blooms in violent clouds, hot blood meeting Turigsi seawater. The rope jerks and thrashes like a living thing. Volk can only wait and hold. Below, the walrus is drowning, but it is drowning slowly. Its massive lungs and oxygen-rich blood keeping it alive. In a furious, deep-sea death roll. 10 minutes pass. The thrashing subsides from frantic violence to heavy, labored tugs. The blood blooms less frequently. The walrus must surface for air, but the harpoon and its own exhaustion are dragging it down. It's a slow, merciless suffocation. Volk's hands are frozen to the rope, but he feels the change. The giant's strength is ebbing. The giant's strength is ebbing. Now comes the Herculean task. With the last of his own strength, Volk must haul 400 kilograms of dead weight onto the ice. He pulls hand over hand, muscles screaming, breath-ragged plumes in the air. Slowly, impossibly, the dark, slick form of the bull breaks the surface. Water streaming from its hide. It is a conquered god, laid bare on the altar of ice. The celebration is work. Efficient, bloody, respectful work. His knife, sharpened for this moment alone, opens the giant. Steam rises from the body cavity into the 71°G's air. He works quickly, before the carcass freezes solid, separating precious blubber from meat, carefully coiling the intestines. The ice around him turns red. This is the harvest. This is the promised life for his village. As he works, Volk's eyes meet the single, glassy eye of the walrus. In it, he doesn't see triumph. He sees the reflection of the black water, the endless ice, and his own weary face. He places a hand on the cold, slick hide, a gesture of thanks, of apology, of acknowledgement. To take such a life leaves a shadow on the taker. It is the price of being the harpooner. He will return with sled and dogs for the rest. For now, he loads the first sled with the heart, liver, and a mountain of blubber, the essence of the beast. He turns his back on the remains and begins the long walk across the frozen sea towards the distant smudge of land. He has provided life for his people. He has also carved a piece of the Ice Age's soul into his own. He walks alone, with his prize and his shadow. The ice gives up its giants reluctantly, and it demands a giant's price from those brave enough to ask.